Today we are going to talk about Boruto to Blue Vortex.
And more specifically, of Team 7's battle against the Shinju.
We will focus on what Sarada could do against Ryu and Matsuri.
Without further ado, let's get this video started. First, I really wonder why Sarada didn't run away from Code. Because, as you knew, Code is very strong, stronger than Jigen, and yet she didn't run away. You might say, it's because she was surrounded by Shinju warriors. I know. But don't you think she could have just one-shot the Shinju behind her, like she did previously, and run away? Maybe it's because she's confident. But mind you, I'm not saying she's confident enough to beat Code, but she's confident enough to maybe compete with him. Maybe she hasn't shown us everything she's capable of. Maybe she has more than one trick up her sleeve. I say this because imagine that someone stronger than you appears if you know that you have no chance against him. You run away. If you feel that you can perhaps compete against him, you stay, possibly waiting for the first blow of this opponent. And if you're confident, you simply make the first blow. I know this sounds far-fetched, but I just wanted to say it to start.
Second, Sarada's jutsu are really powerful. Remember? The fireball jutsu and the chidori she did against the Shinju warriors. Literally got one shot. And against Hidori, she did very well. First, by dodging Hidori's chidori in time. We remind you, the chidori is a jutsu to be performed very quickly. Even though Hidori doesn't have the Sharingan to perform the chidori perfectly, he's still pretty fast. Right after this dodge, Sarada throws a chidori at Hidori. He found himself seriously injured, and this twice.
And Hidari is really an opponent to be taken very seriously. Because despite all this, he managed to regain the upper hand in the fight and neutralize Sarada, Samire, and a random Chunin without even needing to make a single hand sign. Luckily, Boruto showed up to save the day, and that's where we come to Sarada's big problem.
Sarada's problem is that she gets fucked from behind very easily. She's shown us that several times.
Especially in chapters 1, 10, 11, and 12, where she gets distracted very easily and lets her guard down every time. But I don't think it will be a problem against Ryu and Matsuri, because I don't think they are very fast. After, Ryu hasn't shown us anything in combat, but if it turns out that Ryu is fast, Sarada will need the precious help of Konohamaru, Mitsuki, and the two other ninja of Sunagakure. This would give a fight similar to the one against Hidari, where Sarada is constantly saved.
But don't worry, Sarada Uchiha hasn't said her last word.
Mangekyo Sharingan!
Of course, we're all waiting for it. Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan. That's Sarada's secret weapon. There are many theories about the capabilities of his eyes, but we have found two that are relevant. The first possible ability of Sarada's Mangekyo Sharingan would perhaps be to make the victim of her dojutsu see the truth. This theory emerges because many people think that this is what made Sasuke ally with Boruto and help him escape from Konoha. This ability could very well be used against the Shinju to remind them of their origins, to remind them who they are, and to bring their consciences back to reason. This ability would be somewhat similar to Shirsue's. The fact that his agility is completely broken could have a backlash. Shirsue's Mangekyo Sharingan technique, the Kodoemetsukami, could only be activated once every 10 years. So I think the backlash to her power would be not similar, but similar in magnitude. For example, she could go blind in one eye for 3 days.
The other ability would be, like all Mangekyo Sharingan users, the ability to make a Susanoo appear.
Many people think that Sarada Uchiha will be able to spam her Mangekyo Sharingan, and I tend to agree with this theory. Here's why.
There are many theories that Sarada will master the Byakugo seal. This would allow Sarada to heal the backlash from her Mangekyo Sharingan.
Let's imagine Sarada is spammed her Mangekyo Sharingan, like her father Sasuke against Danzo, where she starts to end up practically blind. She could use the Byakugo technique, creation and renewal, to heal her eyes and thus regain her sight. So, she will never go blind, while she doesn't have the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. You understood it, IU. Everyone expects a lot from Sarada, especially because, 1, she is the daughter of Sasuke Uchiha, a great renowned shinobi. But especially also because Boruto teased us that Sarada will have an important role to play in the future of the shinobi world. Personally, I'm not waiting for Chapter 17 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. I don't care about that. What I'm waiting for is Chapter 1 of Sarada 2 Red Eyes.
They only want to screw her and leave her